everybody, I'm Ebony. This is Ebony's Creativity. Thank you so much for joining me here on my channel. Today's video is going to be one a little different from what I normally do here, which is restoring and refinishing furniture and DIY projects. And that's because I want to take some time out just to kind of appreciate all the projects that we've done here on the channel. I've been getting kind of an influx of new subscribers. Thank you to you all who have recently subscribed. And to my oldies but goodies, thank you for sticking around. But yeah, I want to share some of the projects that I've done here and kind of show you how they fit into my home. Sometimes I'm flipping for myself to make my home more beautiful, and sometimes I'm flipping for a profit to make money. So I want to kind of show you, I know maybe sometimes like when I watch other flippers, I'm like, what happens to all this furniture? So I want you to kind of see some of it in motion, see how I style it in my home, see what the uses are and how everything kind of looks together. This is not all of the projects, but this is a good kind of stopping point. We've done a bunch of projects here on the channel. So I figured this was a great stopping point to kind of check and see how everything is fitting together and flowing. If you would like to see that, please stick around. If you have not yet, please do not forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you all for watching, and let's hop right on into this DIY home tour. All right, so as you come in, you see this piece, and this is one of my favorite DIYs in this house because it was so necessary. I used to have open shelving here, and all of my shoes would be stacked up, and I just thought it looked kind of messy, and I didn't want that anymore. So I'm glad I was able to kind of upgrade to this. But this is my DIY shoe storage cabinet, so it's really convenient. As you can see, it's right here by my door, and I'm able to just quickly grab my shoes and go out, or when I come in. This helps me to stay organized by being able to place my shoes back in here. And I did get these little doggy hooks from IKEA to keep my dog's stuff that I need quick access to. So he's a puppy, so if I'm opening up the door, sometimes he'll be tempted to run out. So I just like to have all his stuff here. I didn't really want to add that, but it's functional. And if you watch my channel for any amount of time, you'll know that functionality is really important to me. I love having beautiful pieces, but I need them to work how I need them to work, when I need them to work. So this is really convenient. I just have his leash, his different collars, and his harnesses, and his coat down here. And that just makes looking for stuff something that I don't have to do, and that just makes everything convenient right here by the door as we're going out. So this is how this is looking. It's holding up really well. Everything is working great on it. And I would definitely recommend this unit if you can get your hands on it for cheap like I did. This was a Facebook Marketplace find. Then I just refinished it. There's a full video about this piece on the channel. If you're interested, I will link that video down below. Here is the next piece that we are going to be talking about. This is one of my more recent videos. So I'm happy to have this piece. As you can see, it does function as an entryway bench if we need to put our shoes on or whatever before we're coming in and out. But it also is my dog's cage. And so that has been super convenient for me. He loves this new location. So it's working out really well for both of us. I can, again, have a piece that's large enough to function for what I need it to function for, but I can also have a piece that looks good when you come in. So again, that's what we're all about here, beauty and function. I don't really get the chance to do much folk art here on the channel, but I was really glad to be able to add kind of an heirloom piece. I'll pass this down to keep it in my family. I don't know if I'll have a kid, but if I do, if not, I'll probably give it to my little sister or something. I know she'll hold on to it. But I did make this piece. I'm gonna move this plant. I did create this piece, and it kind of tells a few things about me. If you haven't had a chance to see the video, it is here on the channel. There's a full video about this piece too, and I just love it. And some of you had something to say about the fact that I would make something so pretty and then cover it up. But again, I need my stuff to be functional. This ain't a museum. I'm living in here, and I needed a plant stand for this plant. As you can see, it kind of leans to where the sun is. So if I put it on the floor, I think it will die. And I love it. I want to keep it alive. So I need this plant stand as a functional piece. I want to make it pretty, but I also need to use this plant stand as a plant stand. So that's what I'm doing here. Now we are here in my living room, and this piece here was one of the first pieces I ever did on this channel. So that was years ago, and it is still holding up beautifully. I really love this piece. It fit perfectly here. So I'm glad I was able to get it for a steal and change it up to fit my decor. If you're interested, this was done by a local artist, just a portrait of me. And really, all of this stuff is thrifted. I think these came from West Elm, but pretty much most of the stuff in here is thrifted and DIY home decor. So this piece is still doing really good. It serves as secondary shoe storage, and some of my extra decor that I like to change in and out is stored in here. So this is just storage. Yeah, I love it. I think it's beautiful. Fits well, looks great. And functional. So that is meeting all of my qualifications, and I'm really happy to still have this piece. When I first got it, it was bright blue and I toned it down. This was done when I wasn't really sure about my furniture skills, but it has made it through the test of time, and so it's still holding up great and it looks great. I only have one couch in my living room, so I needed some extra seating. I found 4 of these chairs for $10 on Facebook Marketplace, so I got 4 of them. 2 of them are in my bedroom, and I've DIY'd those. If I can find the picture, I'll include that in here, because I don't think we'll be taking a trip up there today in this video. But again, these are DIYs. I'm not a good upholsterer, but I did something that has stood the test of time. I just wanted these to be kind of plain. So I just spray painted this, and it probably needs another coat at this point, but that was years ago. So it's held up fairly well with the Rust-Oleum spray paint and my beginner upholstery job. Also, I DIY'd these pillows too out of placemats. So I got some placemats. I think these were from Pier 1. And I just kind of made some little pillows out of these. So home decor is all around you, and it's cheap. You don't gotta pay a lot of money, but I think this looks great. It doesn't look like placemats. It looks like proper pillows. So that's good. These also came from Pier 1 too, if you're interested. And this little side table here was also, no, this wasn't thrifted. This was given to me by one of my friends. But my plant is dying. I tried to move it over here by the sun, but it's still dying, so I'll replace that. But all in all, this little corner over here does a great job of providing additional seating whenever I do have guests. This built-in right here was one of my very first projects when I moved into this home. Everything over here was blank. So this was just an empty alcove, and I stared at it for a little while. I got some quotes on getting somebody to do built-ins for me, and I was just not willing to pay. I figured for what they were quoting, I could take a chance at doing it myself, mess it up, and try to redo it a couple of times and still not be at the amount of money that they were quoting me for built-ins. So that's what I did. I framed this out. This is just 2 bookcases stacked on top of each other, a shorter one and then a bigger one. And this cabinet was bequeathed to me from my aunt when she passed away, so I will always have it. There's a full video about this cabinet on the channel. I didn't get around to kind of filling in the side panels to make it look 100% built in, but this is good enough to show you right now. I had something else there formerly, then I figured out that I needed to move this out of the entryway because it wasn't storing enough shoes, this little small cabinet here. So then I just went ahead and put it over here because it fit perfectly, and I'm gonna make it fill in the side areas to make it look more built in, but again, I'll do that later. All of this stuff is kind of just thrown together from my thrift store finds and my Ross finds. This came from my trip to Egypt. Everything is pretty cheap. I love home decor, but I will wait for a sale instead of paying full price for anything. So some of these pieces you might recognize if you're a Home Decor girly. But yeah, I think this turned out great. I waited for like the first year after I built it for it to fall, but it never did. So I guess my skills were up to par, and I think it turned out beautifully, and it saved me a ton of money. So hey, it's still looking good and still holding on. So I guess it's not gonna fall at this point. But yeah, I just love it. This is my project that made me feel like, yeah, I can make like a career out of doing these type of projects. I can do this for myself, then I can do it for other people. So I learned how to do so many other things as a result of doing this built-in project. This project was also one of my more recent videos. This will be my mantle video. And in that video, I also did a DIY on this gallery rail, which I'm loving. I think it's added a perfect, like, classy touch. It's mid-century modern vibes, but it's kind of like, it's just perfect. It was really cheap. I made it out of a chess game. So if you want to learn how to do this gallery rail, I have a short about it. And it's also included in my mantle video, which I will also link below. Not every project here has videos. Like the built-in does not have a video, because when I need to like focus and when I have no clue what I'm doing, I kind of don't want to make a video. I'm trying to figure it out and it's taking forever, and I'm just trying to learn what I'm doing. So I wouldn't make a video about something like the built-in when I was first attempting it, but the mantle was just a restoration. It used to have white paint. Also the brick below it used to have white paint, so I did a refresh of this whole area, and you can find that video here on the channel. My dining room is pretty simple. It's kind of like a pass-through from the front area into the kitchen, but of course I had to put some swag in it. So I got this antique toolbox. There's a video on the channel where I hauled this. I'll link that one for you all. And there's a video of me creating this floral arrangement. I don't really have too many flowers. I have a lot of plants. That's my preference. I like potted plants, but I do think that flowers are beautiful. I don't really like stuff that collects dust because I have allergies. So I decided, you know, this would just be a nice place to display what I can tolerate. So that's kind of what I'm doing here. This antique toolbox really caught my eye when I saw it, and I just wanted it, but I don't use that kind of thing for my actual tools, even though maybe I should. So I wanted to display it, and I thought this would be kind of a farmhousey nod to that part of my style. And it's here on the dining table for now, and I think it looks great. This table was also a Facebook Marketplace find. I saved a ton of money on this set by sanding it down and restaining it myself. West Elm offered the table in this finish, but I couldn't find that one on Facebook Marketplace, but I did find the espresso finish. And so I sanded the espresso one down to look like this and stained it. I just saved myself a ton of money. There's a short about it on the channel if you're interested in how this looked before. It came with 2 benches. I decided that I didn't really want to put the other one on this side because it would kind of be in the walkway. So there's a bench on that side and just the 2 chairs. That's sufficient for me and whatever other company that I might have for now. So that's what we have here. So there's a full-length video on this and a short on this, and I think it really comes together nicely. This little area here was also a DIY, and these are some shelves that I got from the thrift store, and these are hangers think they're called like garden hangers. You can only get them from Dollar Tree in the springtime. So I waited like a few months to get these, and I figured they would be really cool as mounts for the shelves, brackets for the shelves. So yeah, this was really cheap. I think this maybe cost me under 20 bucks total. So that was a really good find. I got those before the Dollar Tree turned to the $1.25 tree. So if you're interested in doing something like this, they've stayed strong for years. They have been up here and in good shape. As long as you attach them to a stud, I think you're fine. And yeah, they're good quality and they've held up well over all these years. I'm gonna be changing this out. These are also Dollar Tree containers. But yeah, I'm gonna be changing all of this out at some point. The kitchen will be getting a full renovation, so stay tuned for that. But for now, if you have like more of a farmhouse vibe, I think this looks great. It's cute. I'm over it. I'm tired of looking at it, so I want to change it. But it's really functional. So I don't have a pantry, and so this has served as my pantry. So that's the deets on this project. This little breakfast nook area was my second DIY ever. I was doing this with the confidence from doing the built-in, which was the first one. And I got this quoted just to put this built-in area here. And the price, it was just like way too much. I wasn't gonna be able to do it. So I just figured I'd try it myself. This was a really easy to do. I don't have a full video about this, but it's really easy to do. Essentially, I just built a box and put the 1x3s on top of it, and I was able to get a nice outcome. The box has to be sturdy though. I might have some pictures some progress pictures as I was building this. If I can find those, I'll put them in. But I love how this turned out. I think it was a great use of this space. And so yeah, it's been holding up just fine ever since I built it. And this table here there is a video on the channel about this table. This was a gift. The table actually was gifted to me from one of my clients who was buying something else and wanted to get rid of it. And the chairs I found on the street. So I just made a matching set. I'll link that video. I'm going to probably stain this a little bit darker to match what I have going on over here. But for now, it's good. It doesn't get that much use. So this is my little breakfast nook area. It overlooks my deck, so it's really nice. Whenever I do have company, we'll sit over here and eat. I used to have a square table over here, but I thought this circle one looked a little better. Plus, I was able to add a couple more chairs just for extra seating. I had a game night a few months ago, and I didn't really like how the configuration worked. So I had this table and chair set on Marketplace to sell, but I took it down and I figured maybe I could make it work here better than the square table did. And I do like it more. So I'll be keeping it. That's why it doesn't match everything else yet, but it will in due time, and it's functional. Like I said, function is what I'm going for here. So yeah, I got that in this little table and chair set that I got for free. So that's the end of my DIY house tour. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. To all my new subscribers, thank you so much for joining me on my channel. To my oldies but goodies, thank you so much for sticking around. That's my house. That's my DIYs. Let me know if you have any questions about any of these projects down below. I will link all the videos in the description box below. Leave me a comment and let me know which one is your favorite, and we will see you all in the next video. Bye. If you have the time, please select another one of my videos to watch from the choices on your screen or in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching.